as you can see right now, there's lots of shadows on her face from the light. And so the first thing I do is turn off all the lights, have a look at what my window light is. And I've got two things that I can use to diffuse the light if I've got too much. One of them is this screen. But, you know, Felix and I were talking about it. These screens are $400. It's a scrim, correct?
Yeah,
I don't own one. I get pieces of fabric, you know, as you know, that are $4 a yard, and I usually curl them up in my camera bag and I clamp them onto the blind or thing, and that is my scrim. So you can either pay $40 for a scrim or you can pay $400 for one and look like a professional. And I often clamp this onto my blind at home with hair clips. Like I just clamp it along. I'm real MacGyver, and then I like lift up my blind. So what I do is I bring it down, clamp it on, and then I roll the blind up. And so it just hangs like a temporary curtain. So we've got both. We want to try and teach you throughout this 2 days that you can do this on the cheap as well, that you don't have to do this with expensive lighting. I think you've got
we have expensive lighting, but no one wants to spend $3,000 just to get started. But most people have a little speed light.
Yeah, true.
Or they have bed sheets, most people. And we can get some silk fabric. So we'll do setups with the proper lights, and then do the MacGyver version as well, just to show you. We have our referee, by the way, John. Wearing his referee shirt, I can't believe
All right,
that.
as you know, this is the foam core V-flat. It's black on one side, it's white on the other. So the first thing I'm going to do to take a shot of her is open it all the way up. Other way, Felix.
Other way?
I want it white.
Oh, you want it white,
yeah.
Okay.
And I'm going to turn the white V-flat onto
Sue,
that backdrop.
where can you buy V-flats?
Everybody asks me that, you know, things you can Google, Felix.
Things you can Google.
We get these from Glazers.
You do?
Yeah.
Rental.
Just a camera store.
Yeah.
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 And you buy them and then you gaff tape them together.
Yeah.
They're genius.
Brilliant.
I couldn't shoot without them.
Everyone should have them.
So have a look now at the amount of light that's hitting her, and come into the center a little bit more. So this is going to do two things. One is I need to reflect the light back to my client.
I'm watching you, Sue.
And I'm trying to lighten up her face so it looks even. And then I'm lightening up the background as well, because I'm putting the V nice and close to reflect light back. If this light is too strong, can you lift that up for me, John, and just see if it works? Can you see now how diffused her face is getting? And can you see how I've evened out all the white light on her face? There's no shadow, there's no hard line, it is soft and flat. Okay, that is the light I want. Now, if it is a dark day, she walks towards the light, so come this way, towards the light. Yeah, stop. And I bring this with it. Like this comes with her. And it just keeps going with her and keeps going with her. Can I have a student just push this forward? And what it does is it just keeps lighting her up. So there it is there. Okay, now that's a lot of light on her, and it's a lot of light in this whole area. So I have to decide then whether I want to diffuse more. So I just double up on the sheer curtains and just bring it down. Or if I take her away from that bright light, I'm not going to get it even. So the evenness is what I'm looking for, the evenness on her face. And where's my tether? Let me take a before and after shot, and I'll show you the difference, because I think it's really significant. Cool, thank you. Now, as you know, most of you know, I shoot on 160, 320, and 640 ISO. I like to shoot at 2.8 because I love that paintedly drop away that you get from that f-stop, and I usually shoot on those three ISOs. 10% of the time I would go over 640, maybe less than 10% of the time. 640 is my go-to ISO. Generally in natural light, it's what the camera's reading that I like. So it's always where I'm at. If I get too slow, then obviously I want to speed it up. Felix, I kind of need you to fan her hair maybe.
Sure.
I'm going to put a little bit of life into her hair.
Board. Oh, it's right here. This is...
All right, are you okay holding that, John?
Yeah.
You're not getting any movement. So we don't use fans. We can use, boards. You can use reflectors to blow hair just for some movement. There it is. All right, what I want you to do, Macy, is just kick out onto one hip so that, and just let this arm go around a little bit further. That's it, beautiful. Okay, we're not getting much movement there, but let's see.
Big
And just
fan,
lips
Sue.
together and just relax your mouth. All right, so here I'm at 2.8, I'm at 640, my shutter speed is 250, and I'm just gonna take a shot. And I've got a nice even exposure straight away. Okay, now, what we'll do is I'm gonna just shut this down.
Yeah, let me just
Can you just shut this down first so I can just quickly take what it was this reflector is doing? So I'm not going to change my exposure, and that's the difference. That reflector is giving me so much bounce right now. That's the difference, okay? So I have to have that reflected light. I also always cut my V-flats really small like this, because often when I'm looking at her face, I can bring that reflector in really close, but sometimes I just need to put a bounce in here. Now, sometimes I've been shooting on my own. I'll get a chair and I'll put this here, or I'll go like this and I'll push it against my model's leg, my client's leg, push against me, yeah? And I'll literally do that. Like, I do what I have to do to bounce light. I get people to stand, I get assistants to move around like this. I mean, this little thing here will save your life, because that big reflector is one thing. So those two shots is really all that I'm looking for. Is there any questions around that? You might think that that sounds, what I just said sounds really basic, but I do not see many people achieve that.
So you're saying basically when you start off, you get your model and just move her to where you want that side of the face, and that way you know where to move the V-flat to, and you got it?
So if it's a dark window, I need to get her closer to the window and I need to bring the V-flat with her. If it's a bright window, I've got to pull her away. But the problem is that white board is not going to reflect the same amount of light unless it's a certain distance from the window. So it's better to be brighter and reflect more light and then adjust your camera setting than it is to try and get away from the brightness. Because the more I took her away from the brightness, walk away from the window into the reflector, it still didn't change the shadow on her face. That reflector is too far away from the window. So I'm bringing her further away from the hot light and into the reflected light. Only when she's standing in there is she bright enough. So I just bring her closer to that window, which most people don't do. They're worried about the hot light. And so now it's there. So come back to here, and I'll just start shooting now, and then I'm just going to start building in more contrast, okay? So,
Sue, let me get the reference for the first look
Yeah.
on the Christmas ball.
I haven't shot it yet, so let me shoot one and
Okay.
then you can shoot it. Okay, do we need this? Drop it, Felix? No, it's not enough. Okay, just bring in this reflector a little bit more. So, why do I have one reflector's going to her, the other one is bouncing a shell of light onto the backdrop? Why? Okay, let's have a quick look at that. I'll show you why. Because what I want, just pop that head up, bring your chin around this way, bring your chin into, that's it, stay there. Now, what I'm going to do is, because I'm shooting at 2.8, I'm at 250 shutter speed, 640 ISO. There's my shot there. I've got a good drop away to that background. If I want that to look softer, I just need to pull her off that backdrop, right? And I never shoot close to the backdrop. That, to me, is where I want to be, usually about 1 metre away from the backdrop or a little bit further than 1 metre. It makes a big difference. Okay, so that is my first lit shot.
All right,
And
can I just I want to look around this and see. I usually, if I'm trying to figure out light, I'll just go where the model is, scoot her over, there we go, and just look where the light is. I'm like, okay, so I'm going to be replicating the window light that's coming from her right. And Sue, would you mind if she holds this? Let's do this. Like, I've got this mounted on a stand. It's very, very complicated setup here.
just pop it where she was standing. Just,
Yeah, I just
move
wanted to
to the
hold it.
right, Macy. Oh, you're going to hold it? Okay.
Yeah, if you hold it in front of your face, and we have a reference with your face
right.
behind it, just in front
Come
of
and
your
stand
nose
back
there.
in here then.
Yeah, right there. Perfect. And then just getting quite close. Sue.
Lower, lower, that's it.
And if we put that up on the screen, you can see why it's so genius. Get a bit closer.
Just bring your chin forward, ball.
Look, the wonky ball on that stick, look at it. But, and we'll put this in the download as well, but if you can see here, you can see exactly what light source is the main light source is coming from here, and you can almost see as well how much that light is reflecting off the side. You have to do a little bit of thinking to get that sphere into kind of something you can replicate, but that's what this image I'm going to use to replicate that light for Sue. That's all I have to do. That's as simple as it is. There's nothing more complicated to it.
So this was the only geek moment I was going to allow Felix, was the black ball. Because he was like, I want to shoot a black ball. And I was like, why?
It looks so good.
It's a black ball.
Did you just make that joke?
But I just thought to myself afterwards, it didn't make sense to me. I was like, no, I don't want to teach lighting the way people teach lighting. Just don't give me technical stuff. Just show me how to work the light. And then I realized something. He actually recreates my windows, shape and height and everything. So he's not going to show me a lighting setup. He's going to manipulate studio light to make it look like my manipulated natural light.
You know, when I have it set up, you should be able to do all the same things exactly.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
Okay, get your ball out.
Pardon? Let's do one without the model in it. Just, sorry, my love. Yeah, just right there.
And you actually need to go this way a little bit, Maisie,
because you're going to make it all. You're going to make it all gold. Just scoot past that V flat for us. Just go that way. There you go. You can walk around as much as you like. It looks beautiful. Thank you, Sue.
There's your shot.
Good. There's our references.
All right. This is something I soon learned. I can't put my tether down, so this is something I learned that really blew me away. I learned that if you swap the white V flat for a black V flat, like this, just jump up and help. Back to there. Yeah, perfect. If you swap the white for a black, what does the black side do? Sucks out light, okay? So now, when she comes to stand back in here, I'm essentially exacerbating the fact that the light is coming from one side. I need you about 1.5 meters away from the backdrop and over here. And so right now, yeah, towards that light. Right now, she has a really strong light. I'm going to take that shot because I want you to see it. Because now the contrast in this image is coming in very, very strong. All right, so all I have to do is take my little half, my little third, and just bring it into her face. Okay, so that black is still sucking all the backdrop color, and it's putting contrast all around her shadow, but this little wee thing here is bouncing light to her face. Can I have a Danielle or a...
a C-stand here, I think.
Okay. I just want to get somebody to hold the reflector.
I'll do it.
So if you want to go on that side, yeah. Okay, so now when I lift up my camera, I'm on the same settings. Just chin down just a tickle, Macy, that's it. I'm on still 250, so let's see how it reads. And I'm starting to get more contrast in my image.
What white balance are you on?
Whatever you set.
What was that?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. John, what
We set it at 5400 for the strobe yesterday.
we set it at 5400, okay.
Okay, so now what we're doing is I'm slowly bringing in more contrast around her body and around the backdrop, okay? So let's do one more. Well, do you want to shoot the ball?
No, because all I need is this, and you're going to do the rest. I mean, all I need is the window.
And you're going to control it from that and just add more contrast.
Yeah, and the rest you can control.
Okay, so the second one is I get another V-flat. V-flats are our friends, and you
Can we get a
can...
C-stand? Yeah.
And I'm going to put it where John is.
Which is, we're getting a stand.
Okay, it's going to take a while. So John, slide this down, the chair. Slide the chair towards you, and then you can hold this side, and then you won't be in the way.
I'm going to put a C-stand here.
I know, but you won't be in the way because I want to keep going.
Like that.
Come stand this side, and then I can slide this here.
Got it.
So now what I'm doing is I'm going to open a second V-flat.
Can I just be a geek for a minute, Sue? Everyone goes, what's a C-stand? And why is it called a C-stand? It's just a metal stand, and it's called a C-stand because a company called Century originally manufactured it. It's not any... I always looked at them and go, they don't look like a C shape. Why is that? Oh, sorry, Sue.
Okay, too much.
Too much.
Half a black. Okay, so this is what we call I need someone to hold that for me. This is what we call the black tunnel. Okay, we're going to make a black tunnel around her, but still use the lighter backdrop. And it's just going to bring in more contrast. Now come and stand here, Macy. And now step towards me. So this is putting lots of contrast into the background and lots of contrast into her. Then I get my half reflector. And my half reflector is just going to go up to Macy's face. Okay, and that could be half of this. I could literally do it with this. It's all right, I'll just fold it in half. Like I Jimmy light. This is it for me, right there. And what I've done is I've put lots of contrast. So if you come and hold that for me, John, I can take a shot.
You're just going for the face, really.
Okay, so now I'm a stop under, but I'm going to take a shot. I haven't changed my setting once. The reason I'm going to take it is as you darken your image, the meter in the camera gets confused by the white skin, the dark hair, and the contrast that's coming into the image, and it's going to ask me to up my exposure. So I'm shooting one stop under. This is something I commonly do. In high key images, backlight and white, I shoot 1 to 2 stops higher. And as I'm bringing contrast into images, I shoot 1 stop lower, always. I'm at 640 ISO. Just straighten your head up, Macy. That's it. And just a little wee baby smile is perfect. Good girl. So there I am, 1 stop under. If I push it any further, I'm getting a lot of contrast. Step towards me into the light. Come back with me, John. Yeah. So just there. That's the one. Chin down now. And so now I've got, chin forward a little bit more, good girl, stay there. I've got lots of beautiful light, contrast around the backdrop and to her. And I'll just keep doing this. Okay, so now my next setup.
Can I do a reference for this? Actually,
Sure.
Because we've changed the shape of the light source.
Yes, we've changed the shape of the light source that's coming in on the right by putting a V flat there.
I'm going to use this. I like holding it.
Okay, but you're in the light, so
You're right. I'll just try to get out of the way.
just a bit lower, Felix, I'm short.
And we'll do one
Right.
without Macy in it.
Macy, come and...
Just a sachet off. There you go. Perfect.
Okay,
You see that?
now
Yeah.
what I'm going to do...
And you can actually see it kind of mimics that black. You're not getting anything anywhere else. See what's happening? You just get that main light source. And that's where your contrast is really coming from as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So now what we're going to do is come back, Macy. Is in a perfect world, I would have more light in the room. So this is a very dark space, so it's putting a lot more contrast in there than I want. And so I feel like if that's happening, I shut down one of the black tunnel sides. So basically I turn one of the black tunnels to white, and it's going to open up my whole shell. Bringing in, every time I come here, just jump up and, yeah. Because then I don't have to walk around and waste time. Okay, so now, as soon as I bring the white in, I'm going to bounce light back again. Step back. So that's really beautiful. Also, watch with the black tunnel. I try and push it back to the backdrop, otherwise it causes a white leak onto the backdrop, which you don't want. And step back a little bit more. No matter where she stands, it's putting lots of beautiful contrast into the image. So I've moved it again, and I'll have a half reflector just to her face. Yep, so there, John, perfect. Just chin down a little touch. I meter on her eye, and I'm still 1 stop under, and now I'm at 200 shutter speed, 640, 2.8. Okay, and now I've got a really nice, dark, gutsy image, which I love.
Oh, wow.
So it'll be so neat to work all of these in their stages. It's so subtle, but it makes a huge difference. I turned that white tunnel, so now I've got half white tunnel, half black tunnel. So the tunnels are really quite amazing. If you think about it in terms of controlling natural light, the closer I bring these, you can bring this one up, and the more I open these up, the more I can block light to her. So if this one's open and then I open that one as a long tunnel, and then I bring her forward, but I still crop it to out of the background. Now, as she comes into the light, so go back, because they can get a really good shot of this. As she slowly inches into the light, look at the light coming into her face. Stop.
Oh. Right there.
And there. And so then what I'm doing now is I'm now controlling the light on her face and the light on the backdrop. And it's really neat because by having the tunnels, I've created depth. My best images come from this one studio that they're my favorite images, and I couldn't work it out for years what I liked about this set of images. And I worked there for a long time, and I was like, what is it about these ones that is so good? And it was a big, high stud, and I had this massive depth from where I was shooting into the backdrop. And now I shoot in these little tight spaces. So the more space I can pull her away from the backdrop, but still control the light, was the better my shots were going to look. And so we don't often have a lot of space, and we certainly don't have big studios, and most of us have lounges that we shoot in and stuff, but the higher the stud, the better the light. And you can tell light that's in a big room.